I'll give them to you now. I'll get them back up here.
Just type in barcode. I think it's going to strobe, Quentin.
Okay.
Yep, it is. You need to turn that other light off.
Does that fix the strobing or still strobing?
Still strobing. Turn the light off.
How's that?
It's right here.
You right?
Yep.
I'll try it from behind tomorrow then.
Okay. Hello, Marlon. Hello, everyone. We were trying a different light, an additional light. Hello, Tanya. How are you? We were trying an additional light, and it didn't work. No surprise. Didn't work. Things don't always work. Just opening the YouTube video. Going to type hello everyone over there, and hopefully Quentin turns up in a minute.
Yes, I'll be there in a couple of seconds.
To
share.
Hello, Trish from Mansfield. Oh, cool. Hello, Tanya. Again, I think this is Tanya's second video with us, maybe. Hello, Pam. Hello, Elise. She lives not far from here. Hello, Sandy. Hello, Robin. Robin's close by too. Hello, Marge. And hello, other Robin. Look at that. Okay. What am I going to show you first? There's lots on. Let's do first what we did this week in class. So we made a, what did Quentin call it? A mini bookie cardy thing. A mini bookie cardy thing, Quentin called it. Hello, Tash. How are you? So this is what we made on Tuesday in class. It is in the Creative Family group and on YouTube. So we've got that bit, and then that bit, and that bit. And it does stand. Quite happily stands. So, mini bookie cardy thing, Quentin called it. And then on Wednesday, we made this page on Wednesday night. It's in the Creative Family group and it's on YouTube. You can find it in the Creative Family group in the guide for this week, which is week 17, 2022. You can find it in the album for this week, which is week 17, 2022. You can also find it by clicking on the topic tag, which is hashtag week 17, 2022 _ Monday, 25th of April. So, yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious me. Leslie's been diagnosed with long COVID chronic fatigue. Oh, Leslie.
I thought they said you didn't have COVID, Leslie. Hello, Cheryl and Di. Hello, Deborah.
That's not good.
I love that description. Yep. Yep, it's awesome, isn't it, Pam?
It's very apt for what that is.
Oh, Leslie. That's not good. I've got to take care, doll. Hello, Diane. And I have to say, a sincere apology. I put a post in the group that I fussy cut the wrong sheet. I fussy cut this sheet of paper, not... No, I fussy cut one of these sheets of paper, not this sheet of paper when I did my fussy cutting. I have to say, on Monday, it was my birthday, on Anzac Day, and we got up at 2:30 in the morning. We left Naomi John's at 3:30 in the morning to be at dawn service for it to start at 10 to 4. So we had to park on St Paul's Terrace and we had to walk for almost 20 minutes to get to the service because we did the free parking thing, and there's not a lot of free parks in the city when they've got the streets with the free parks on the blocked off. So that was 10 to 4 in the morning. Then we went back to the kids' place. We had breakfast, a cooked breakfast, and then by 7:30 in the morning, we were on the highway coming home. When I got home, I sat down and I did my fussy cutting, and I cut the wrong sheet. So I'm sincerely sorry that I cut the wrong sheet, but it's going to have to be an overcome and conquer thing, because if you cut the right sheet, you've got slightly different stuff to me. I think we were meant to make a double this week, and I wondered why I didn't have enough stuff at the end, but it was because I fussy cut the wrong sheet. Okay, so next thing I'm going to show you, and we will get to the class, is
Joanne's
what...
looking forward to tonight.
Who's that?
Joanne, yeah.
Oh, yep. Yep, so everyone's sending hugs and love to Leslie. I'm going to take care. She's always telling me off to look after myself. So, Leslie, right back at you, lovey. Hello, Marlene. So, this is what we've got left of the Celebrate that arrived this week. So, we've got a Heavy Hot bulk pack and then the chipboard. I never want to stop making memories with you. And then we've got this stencil, which is the Family Ties. That's Hippity Hop. The love between a mother and a daughter is forever. That's from Family Ties. Always my mother, forever my friend. That chipboard's from Family Ties, and this window chipboard is from Hippity Hop. So that's what we've got left. Sincerest apologies if you missed out, but it's a bit of the hot ticket in town. Okay.
I like the windows.
So Quentin likes the windows. I like the windows too. I like windows and doors, obviously. Haven't seen my next paper range. This whole page of doors. And there's windows to fussy cut. So tonight we're making the base for an interactive double scrapbook page, right? Tomorrow night we're going to decorate it with this. Come to a little bit of a realization that a third of one of these little paper pads, which there's a lot of paper, like let's have a look at what's in a third of it. Let's just shove them out of there a little bit.
So Kathleen G said from Sydney, love you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you all too. Had a bit of a rough day today. Rowie was in. Thank goodness Rowie was in, and she was in helping us make flares for the cottage garden release.
Rowie Schwarzenegger.
Yep. So they're the plain pattern papers. Just the pattern papers. It's all single-sided. And then we've got, with the ones to fussy cut, there's a little bit in this. That one. And then I'll set the vellum over here so you can see. So it's a printed vellum. So there's a bit in this, right? But probably not enough for a double interactive layout. So I have gone through, we're in central Queensland. You can tell there's bugs. Sandflies abound. So I have been through, and I was making, I don't know if you all saw the picture on Facebook today. That was only one of the packs. So I have packaged up more than 250 sheets of this piece of paper getting ready for our cottage garden retreat in May.
You're trying to hide that from us.
So I've picked a few papers from the store that will go. So I've got some bigger sheets to then, yes, some of Tanya D's favorites here. We've got glitter patterns galore here. And I thought the flowers in Cottage Garden. So if I do use this, you can only buy this sheet in the kit for this. I thought these flowers might work to bulk it out a bit if I need to, but only if I need to. Everyone's hoping I need to so they can get it in a kit before the retreat. So, but for tonight, we're going to make the base. We're going to make the base out of cardstock, and I am using Alpine White. Go away, bug. What is it with bugs? Living in the subtropics. No, they can't get in that. That's a Termimesh door. That's a Crimsafe door. There's no holes in it. Missy can't make holes in it. I've got my window shut because she's got holes in my screen. My security screen behind me. She's got holes in that.
So I'm going to put up two links, guys. One is for the paper pad that Alicia has selected to use for this. One is just a general link for all the other A5. There is a link at the top of the video description as well. So I've got the Alpine White, right. It's 280 GSM. It's not a white. It's sort of an off-white. What's the retreat Tanya's asking. Okay.
It's the cottage garden one.
It's actually not up in the system anymore, Tanya.
It is booked out.
Booked out, but I will put a link up for our next retreat after that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a retreat is a weekend of scrapbooking.
Did you get me a piece of white typing paper like I asked earlier?
You didn't ask, but I just...
Yeah, I did. You were standing over there, but you were heading back to get the kid out of the shower.
Hang on. Oh.
So I need that. We need to plan. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a double page. Okay, so let's talk about some of the limitations when we're making a double scrapbook page, and we're going to attempt to put it in a pocket. I forgot to bring home page protectors for tonight, but we're actually going to slice the page protectors tomorrow night, and I'm going to show you how to get this thing into a page protector. I have done a couple of classes. Now, they're not on YouTube. There's a couple of links on the top of this video to a couple I have got up that, you know, there's others in the Creative Family group and that sort of thing. So I can try and find them all and do a bit of a post of all the different interactive classes, because I've done heaps in the last 2 and a bit years. I've done a couple where we might have something on the side that opens this way. So as human beings from a westernized culture, we have the inclination to want to open things this way or this way. We want to open and look at things like a book. We look across the page and we want to open it like a book. That's all well and good, but that's really, really hard, because if you've watched one of my videos when I've done a side thing and I've done the cut the page protector, it's a little bit of wrangling to get it in there, because, you know, bending it and, oh crap, I just ripped the page protector, kind of bizzo. If we do it that they open up like this sort of business or come down, it is so much easier because we're just slicing the page protector. But we do have to be really careful that we don't go too close to the top, because then it wants to roll and your base has got to have a bit of body to it. That we use decent enough adhesive that it doesn't all fall to pieces and go to crud. That we don't go right the way across and completely split the business out of our pocket page, our page protector, because they don't like that. Page protectors don't like being cut from side to side completely. So yeah, there's a couple of things to be mindful of, but then you do have a fair bit of leeway. If your page has got decent body, so decent cardstock, and when you decorate it, you cut the innards out of things, and I'll show you that tomorrow night if you've seen any of my classes. So let's just be looking at this. So this was Wednesday night, and today everything's got the innards cut out of it. So that's the cardstock that's here, and this photo mat doesn't have any innards in it. And behind here, where I didn't need to have triangles, there are no triangles for my patchwork design. And yeah, so if you can't see it, it's not there. And these flowers end just there, right? So I've just noticed I've got glue everywhere. Yep. So you do have to alleviate the weight when you put it together. So let's start by, let's not stick the 2 pages together. Let's draw a mud map and come up with a bit of a plan.
Hey, that's what you keep telling me I have to do, is plan.
Yep, Quentin doesn't like planning things. He doesn't like his life being overly organised. He's an interesting critter. So we're going to do a double page.
Pam's had to have a cortisone injection.
Oh, how you going with that, Pam? The needle hurts, but then I've never had one, but apparently the needle hurts. But then after you've had the needle, it's all good. So we're doing a double page. So I'm going to stick these 2 together before we get going. So let's do, so an interactive double page is really, really good when you go So you go to your cousin's wedding, you take lots and lots of photos of the family, you take selfies with everyone, you know, every man and their dog. And you want to use all these great pictures, but you don't want to make a whole album. And you've got like 50 photos that you need to get, or 25 to 30 photos, and you want to get them all into a double page, and you don't, you know, you want to make it all look nice, it's all cohesive, it all matches, and then you want to move on to the next event, which was, you know, when you went, you know, and did something else. So it's good for that, or it's great for a christening or a birthday party. I use them for birthday parties when I don't want to make a whole album about one birthday party, because so I either take no photos or too many photos. We've actually turned up to family events and people have gone, oh, you didn't bring a camera, did you? So I actually have stopped taking my camera or getting my phone out at family events because people crack up about me taking photos. So, which is not really good when photos are my part of my hobby, my core hobby, and part of the way I teach and what I do for a living, which is teach scrapbooking. So yeah, to my detriment, I listen to our obnoxious families. Is what it is. It's only a few people. It only takes, it's the 1% that wreck everything.
It's the 1%.
It's the 1%. Thank you, Tim Reed. Tim Reed taught me that. It's the 1% that drive you nuts and take up all your time. Tim Reed is on the Sunshine Coast. He's actually a podcaster that we listen to.
Leslie's asking, could you use a texter because the pencil's a bit light?
Okay, pencil's a bit light.
Thank you, Leslie.
You got to tell me these things. If you don't tell me, I don't know. Let's go blue.
I've just put up the YouTube link, so if anybody is having some trouble on Facebook, please feel free to jump on.
Oh, and on Facebook, hello, Faina, Jacqueline.
YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube, Faina, Jacqueline, Debbie, and Kathy. And you guys can have a conversation over there too. Like you can have conversation everywhere. Okay. So is this better, Leslie? Can you tell me? Someone please tell me if this is better. You've got to tell me these things. I hadn't actually done anything. Okay.
That's much better.
Rightio. So we've got a double page. So let's do our first one. Like, let's do a piece that sort of sits on here like this. Let's do something nice and big. And then what we'll do is we'll have it that it sort of then comes up again here, maybe. And then when you bring this down, it might, so when this one comes down, something that comes down here, something will come out to the side. It's not a great mud mat. It's not going to have instructions on it. And see, I've got this inclination to make something that turns to the side, but you can't do that. And let's kind of do the same thing on this side, but have it that it comes down. No, let's do it that it's the same, but it's going to come up plain, and then it's going to have something when it comes out that flips out to the side, and then have a little one behind it. And then something else. Let's have something in behind here. So that then has an accordion out. Right. I'm going to sit that in front of me. That means nothing to all of you, does it? That means zippity-doo-dah.
I'm sure you'll let us in on the deck colours.
I just need some sort of thing so I don't get to the end and go, oh, dang, I forgot to do that. So I've got 2 bits of cardstock. So the front to me, so you feel it. So one edge is rounded and one edge is sharp.
Alpine White is a very stiff sort of card too, people. It's a smooth card.
It's a smooth, it's a hot press. It's got a really good tight core in it. So a couple of things, let's put that dodgy bit out there. A couple of things with interactive scrapbook pages. They're not very good for wet media.
Because you've got to stick lots of stuff to it.
Because they get a bit wrinkly. You affect. So when you wet paper too much, you affect the molecular structure of the paper or the card. They're not real good if you use wet media on your background.
So sprays and mists and stuff.
Sprays and mists. I've done smushing on one. One of the ones I've got listed in the links, I think, is one where I've got smushing or flicking on the background. It's not so bad, but don't let it get too wet unless you're going to reinforce the back of it, like reinforce behind it. I'm not a fan of cutting the innards out behind it. You really need the strength. Sometimes I will because I'm silly, but you really need to have a good solid base. Now I'm sticking the two together because I want to work across it so it actually looks like it belongs together. Does that make sense? I want it to look like the whole thing is one cohesive belonging together kind of thing. But yeah, I do like to try and make sure that it kind of looks like it's meant to be together. Yeah, they don't like wet. And what's the other thing they don't particularly like? They don't like their backgrounds being made out of really thin paper. So you need to have a little bit of body. You really can't make your background with anything like, yeah, you know, the brands that are really thin and flimsy. It's not good juju. Bad business, that. And don't be a, let's get rid of this. Don't be an adhesive sponge. There's no prize for having your projects fall apart because you bought super cheap adhesives that are terrible, or you bought adhesives and then you use the tiniest amount and it all, you know, fell off. So I've got a 12 by 12 piece here, and I'm just looking. We want to do sort of nice round numbers. No. So let's make this 10 inches wide. And we're going to make a buddy at the same time. We're going to work on both pages at the same time. We don't want to be here till midnight. You do not want to listen to my voice until midnight.
Cutting 2 10 by 12s?
Yep.
All the measurements are in inches, folks.
Let's get a third piece and cut it at 10 inches. And then let's cut it at 6 inches. So we've got 2 bits that are 10 inches by 6 inches, and we've got 2 pieces that are 10 inches by 12 inches. We're not going to make the 2 pages identical. It's after this point they're going to start getting, they'll depart ways. Does that make sense? Let's put that over there.
You do have some strobing tonight, even without those big lighters.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so...
Is that better?
Yes, that was a lot better. What happened then?
I just moved this little light out of the way.
Okay.
It was too close under here to the phone, I think. I think you need to fix up the stand so that the phone is actually in the right position.
Okay.
So it's not tied in there with a piece of lace.
Oh, look. Now you're hacking on me.
and some gaff tape.
Right. Yeah. Well, Naomi's a set with Bond Creek. I might have to set yours. I had to do a light change out the other week.
I'm scowling at him.
She is.
Oh no, Pam! She threw out all the old adhesives. Is it strobing again?
Only when you lift up close.
No.
No, it is strobing now, actually. Okay, what do you think of Art Couture double-sided adhesive? Couture Creations, are you talking about, Sandra?
Oh, I can't see that. I'm just moving this one over here. Let's see if that's better. Okay, so I've got a 10 by 12 and I'm going to score it 1 inch in at both ends.
The 10 by 12s or this one?
Yep, both of them. 1 inch in. So it's 12 inches here and 10 inches down. So 1 inch in from each end. Oh yeah, I think my little light. So Art Culture, never heard of them, sorry. So the little light that's got a metal shroud and it's, I could buy the medium light. We tried a really massive light tonight. I can buy 5 of the medium light for the price of 1 of the little light. and it gets really hot. Mine were old and from the cheap shops. Yep. Fortunately, you get what you pay for with adhesives. We see it all the time. And people have stuff that falls apart. Never heard of Art Culture, I don't think. I might have over the years. So we're going to score 1 up, 1 this way, and 1 this way. It doesn't really matter. They're both going to go in different directions. Oh. So I did my boys' trick this afternoon. I tracked my son walking home from piano. They tracked me. They tracked their father. So I thought, oh, I could ring him, but let's just see where he is. And he was just up the street. So I went, oh, I'm not going to ring him. He's probably on the phone to his sister or his friends. Okay. Let's fold the other one back the other way. They're both got to go in the same way. Who rung me? Dearie me.
Your camera might be just more sensitive than the other one.
My new camera's super sensitive.
Might get faster strobing lights.
Actually, let's do one way and one the other way. One the other way. Okay, so when we open this one, let's do it that way. So on the left, what we're going to have is we'll have this piece that comes down. This one will come down like this, and this will open. And on this one, we'll lift this up, and then that'll lift up. Let's do that. So we get the maximum amount of difference in all the doodahs we create. So let's get our page back. Quentin's just looking at me like I'm a creature from another planet right now. Rightio. So they're going to go on our pages like this. And we're going to have them so they meet. I've already got a mark on my page. Meet at the top, sort of. They're going to end up. Now we're going to make this as like a base. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fill the areas in with pieces of pattern paper to block it in like it's a color blocked thing. Like, so we'll come along, I think, and we'll do like, don't know about this blue necessarily. We'll come along and up the top here, we'll put a strip of blue up the top. And then we might have down through here, we might have a strip across here. And we're going to block it in with sort of little white frames around our blocks of color. So it becomes like a blocky thing. Try and show you something different.
Is that at the 12-inch end that you scored it?
Yes. So it's still 10 inches wide. And it becomes, so when you fold these two in, it becomes a 10-inch square. Sorry. So yeah, 10 inches wide, and I'm folded it at each end so that I end up with a 10-inch square. And it's, I really don't know what's causing the strobing. No, I think I found the problem. The light's fallen here. This light.
Oh.
This light's fallen down because your daughter cut the gaff tape. No, and now I've got light in the way.
Is that?
No, that's not. Oh. No, that's terrible.
Oh, that's going to give us all conniptions.
Yeah. Rightio. So.
Ooh. Sorry about that, peeps. No, we don't have the fan on. It's just making a strobe, but we're trying to figure it out.
I think I'm causing it. Yep. My horrible chubby hands.
Okay.
I don't know why I've got a shadow there. Sorry.
Sorry, peeps, we're just having a...
Has it stopped? Yes.
It's not too bad.
Bugger me. I don't like technology.
It's trying to focus, maybe, Deb says. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's
No,
doing.
and there it goes again. I think it's the white. Let's just be honest. I think it's the white.
It's not loving
I have to turn the lights off in any case. Okay. So, we are going to, at the top of each page, this is the top here, we are going to cut an inch down from the top. And I've got the lights off. So my ruler is an inch wide. So if you don't have an inch wide ruler, you need to mark your measurement. Sorry, my head's in the way and my hair's not really good. Mark it with a pencil and then erase the pencil line. Now, when you erase the pencil line, don't go across your cut line. Just follow your cut line. Okay?
I'm just wondering whether we need to adjust the height or not of the thing. But
I think it's all the white.
yeah, I think it is the white.
It's too much white. And I can't do any other colour. So then what we're going to do is we're going to cut from an inch in from each end, right? And we're going to, I've lost my video in any case. So, and I've got my ruler on the good piece. You always put your ruler on the bit you're going to keep and have your knife where it can slip off into no man's land, the bit you can hide. So this is under the flipper. This is above the flipper. Okay. So we're going to do our pencil line, and my my Facebook has died. Can you just make sure that he is not on either Netflix or something?
I will go and double check that now.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you. We're going to go just like a 16th, which is like a millimeter out. Almost a millimeter out from our 2 points, which is like, yeah, not even that, like half a millimeter, a 32nd. So when I cut, I don't try and get it all in the first pass. The harder you push and the deeper you try to go straight up, the more likely you are to slip or slide and have conniptions.
Conniptions.
That's a Quentin word, that one, conniptions.
I'll borrow it off someone, I don't know. I'm just trying to bounce it off the roof to see if it stops it strobing. Appears to be working. It's amazing when you try and change things that everything seems to not go to plan.
So let's get one of our pieces. It's not that one. This one's going to be this one. And let's try and feed this through. I've got another mark on there. Let's feed it through the hole. Is anyone else having problems with Facebook? I'm having troubles with my live stream on Facebook.
I've just removed your problem from Facebook.
What? My problem on Facebook was
Your little friend was
on the internet.
Yeah.
Not my little friend, my tall friend.
Yeah. You're 6'3" and a bit.
Yeah.
Mate.
I'm 6'4", almost 6'4". Well, he's like a millimeter shorter than the 6'4". Got a bit of a mark up here. And let's get rid of our pencil line. Or the pencil mark.
Well, we appear to have got rid of the strobing issue.
Strobing could have been the fact that someone was watching Netflix on their phone in their bedroom. So there's that one. So it's going to sit in there like that. Beautiful. It fits in. There's that one. So let's take it away. Let's get the other one. So we're going to get our ruler. We're going to line it up with the edge. I don't know if we've got any 1-inch metal rulers at the moment. They're hard to get because I like the ones that are inches and centimeters. Yeah. I like inches. My name's Alicia. I'm a born and bred Australian. I grew up in the metric era and I like inches because they're easy. I like fractions. I like numbers. So I'm just going to make a little mark on each end because sometimes I get carried away and go, woohoo, and just keep cutting. I've done that. You know where we could have got interactive pages from to show them?
Where's that?
Our old albums.
We could have.
So I've been doing interactive scrapbook pages since 2002. Or no, was it 2001? Maybe it was 2002, I think. All sorts of things. Actually, you could go and get, grab the album from 2002, the 2002 one from when we went to Cairns. The work trip to Cairns. Yeah, our business trip in 2002. So a business trip in 2002 looked like taking a cherry picker and a ute to Cairns and then with kids and then bringing a different cherry picker home and then going back a month later after we'd overhauled said cherry picker we picked up. Yeah. Quentin and I used to have a cherry picker hire company. We had silent partners that became unsilent, so it became untenable. So that's why we don't do it anymore. Okay. So it fits in. We've cut out a little bit further, which is okay. We need that. We need a little bit of easing, and it's going to go in there. Okay, so let's stick these two babies in and stick them together so we know where we're at. Now, when you're doing interactive scrapbook pages, you can pull a pin at any time. So pull a pin means stop and go, oh my gosh, I've done enough. Probably doesn't help that earlier this week my son disconnected all my lighting and laptop and everything for his printer. Rightio, let's have a look at an interactive scrapbook page. Is this the right year?
That's 2002.
What's it going to be? So this is my first ever scrapbook page. Oh, let's turn the lights out. So I'm not taking it out of the page protectors. I'm just going to find... I didn't make all these in 2002. I jump around like a bit of a blue butterfly. You can see there's gaps. I traced a baby's bottle there. Now there's a cutting die for that. Okay, here's the trip. Oh, I haven't cut the page protector for that one. Oh no, that one's not a flipper, is it?
Oh, it looks like a flipper.
Oh, it is. I haven't cut that page protector. Where's one that I have cut? I think I moved these into a different album. Oh, see. Well, let's use one of these as an example on what we're going to do. Oh, they're stuck together. Let's get one of these out. This is not what we're going to do. So this is another way to deal with it, is you create like your photo mat, and then see how I've got this orange piece or this rust colored piece, and it sticks to the page, and then it joins onto that piece. So that's one way of doing it. No, none of these are correct. Thought I had cut page protectors in here. I think I changed the page protectors for some reason. That was a bit of a misnomer, wasn't it? And even back then in 2002, I still used good quality. No, that's not going in.
I'll put it in when I get back.
No. All those other interactive ones are different kinds. Can you fix that, please?
Yep.
I've stuffed that. There is a video early on. Everything with scrapbooking overseas in Australia, all in inches. Yeah. It drives me a little nutty when sometimes it stuffs in
There's some ones, European ones, sometimes metric.
Sometimes they're metric, yeah, European ones. It does drive me a little nutty when things are in centimeters, because I don't follow centimeters as easily. Okay. So let's stick these in. So this one on the left has them both facing up, right? And it's strobing again. It's all white. Look, I have just gone through the biggest debacle to get a new phone. And I'm going to say it was a bit of a debacle getting a new phone. It wasn't bad, but it's strobing again, Quentin.
Just turn your lights off and just use on the room. Yes. Yeah, that's...
Was it this one? No, it's this one. It's the one we recently replaced. So we recently actually replaced this one.
Well, that
So-
makes sense.
So at the top, we've got it on the inside here. I think it's dyed. And they use both.
Inches and centimeters.
Yeah. I try not to, but sometimes I do.
Oh, Diane B's joined us.
So when I'm putting this down here, and even up here, I don't know if you can see, I've left a little tiny gap. It's about a 16th. which is 0.5 millimeter, which seems silly. Yes, I've just used both. And then this one, we're going to do inside up the top here. And I probably should have 18 millimeter tape, not 24. And then down, so let's flip it over down here. We're going to put it on the outside here. And we're just going to leave like that little tiny... Is she in bed?
No, I was making her eyes.
So, a little tiny bit there, a little tiny gap. So now what we need to do is let's move our page out of the way while we do this next step. Is we need to burnish all this. So this is all structural. So we're engineering all this. So by burnishing the tape, we're actually removing any air inside. And what that means is the tape doesn't have a chance to oxidize. So sometimes why your tape lets go is because there's air pockets. And those and I know this is a bit sciencey. I didn't come here to do science. You came here to do craft. Bugger, hey? Those air pockets then oxidize and cause sometimes the tape to let go, or it can go off. It doesn't really go off, but it does let go.
So Marlene and Debbie are talking about in crochet how the US call their stitches different names compared to.
Oh, doesn't it drive you nuts? Yep. And the book I bought to teach myself to crochet is an American book. Drove my mum around the bend. Okay, so let's do this guy on the right-hand side here first. My mum's a left-handed person that learnt by just sitting across from her grandmother. So I'm going to remove my tape a little bit and just roll in my tape discrepancies. But then I'm going to place my tape back on. I wonder if there'll be any ice cream left after class.
No, I should go and check.
Doesn't matter.
A brave person.
A brave person would go and check on it.
Not that I want to sneak ice cream.
Yeah, he will. He does. You know that. Sometimes he has dessert during class.
Physique by not sneaking ice cream.
Okay, so now we're going to pop this in here. A little bit double Dutch roundabout how we're going to do some things. Right, so we've popped it in here. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold it up like this. I'm going to make sure that it's even on both sides. Well, even-ish. As even as my eyeballing's going to let... Yes, please, water, please. I need water. I've had an afternoon nap. It wasn't good. Let's go that way a little. Right. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to remove... I'm just putting my hand under here. Sorry you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just... I'm going to put to the back. I'm just removing a corner. Folding back a corner. And let's just get this in here so we don't want it to sit to the back. So it could flip through to the back here. Oh, someone's texting me. Someone's texting me again.
That's our son.
Oh, dearie me. Son, I'm doing a class. They do know these things.
Oh my gosh.
What?
His Senate ballot paper is over 1 metre long.
Oh, did he get his postal vote?
Yeah.
Because he's away.
Yeah.
It's over 1 metre long.
Yeah, he's taken a photo and it's like super. It's over 1 metre long for the Senate.
Oh, dearie me. What a waste of paper.
I'm not going to reply now.
We know where that was printed to, by the way.
Yeah. We're doing it.
So just going to tell you, just going to say, we know where your ballot papers are all being printed. Can't visit there because that Quentin's ASIO clearance has lapsed. Right, so we're going to burnish this on the back, and we want to make sure that our fold hasn't flipped through the back, right? We want to make sure we've got a cut line here and our fold is still through on the front. When you're doing it, you'll understand what I mean. So we've got a fold on the front and we've got a cut line here, right? So let's lay this down. I'm going to tape it. I'm going to burnish this. The time you spend burnishing is better than an insurance policy, and it will give your project so much longevity. And I'm going to say, even in 2002, I did this. I didn't have a good bone one, but... And look, my mat's dirty.
Oh dear. Can't blame your daughter this time.
Nope, I can't. And there we go. It flips up. Let's crease this fold nicely. Look at that. When it stands up, it's got a little bit of pull, but not too much. It's not twisted. There we go. So then let's get one of our 6-inch pieces. Let's just keep going with this one while we're at it. So we've got one of our 6-inch wide pieces. And then we've got this one that it's folded under. So in the front, then folds under. Doesn't matter if it goes different. If yours is different to mine, you know, I don't have an issue with it. Sorry, we're working with less lighting. Geez, that's crappy lighting, isn't it? Can you trial pointing that light at us? Oh, see, I turned the brightness up on my phone on the weekend. I wonder if that's the problem.
You want to try this big
But
light?
I think it's this light just here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to stop strobing.
Yeah, I think it's died because that's what it did at the... So as I was meant to go live for my pocket page class, my first class at the Tranquility Virtual Retreat. Don't break it. It's not ours. As I was about to go live, the other one started strobing. So I actually think I bought 2 when I bought the first one. And no.
We're strobing?
No, we're strobing.
All right, I'm going to the ceiling. Back to the roof it is.
So what we've done is we've turned in 2 bits, and then we're going to line up. Let's turn it upside down. And, you know, you have to move your page around. Your projects are made to be mobile. You've got to move them around so you can get the best vantage point. So I'm lining up so I can just see a scant amount of the fold. Just want to see a tiny bit of the fold, and I'm lining up my 2 edges. I'm going to show you how much fold you can see. See, you can see just a scant amount of fold. Is that focusing? No, it's strobing. Because I was too close.
Don't think it likes that white paper
No.
at all.
I don't think it likes all the white. So then let's just pull back here and holding on to this. Oh, geez, I just ripped it. Just carefully peel that out, seal that down, and let's burnish that. Clean matte would be good. I might flip my Kiki K 2020 family calendar because I've got pink metallic paint there. Okay, so we flip up and then we flip up.
Why are you turning the tape back, Stesley?
So I turn back the tape so a little bit grabs, so that little bit sticks, not the whole bit. So I've got a little bit to stick and I've only got a little bit to let go to try and ease out if I stick it in the wrong spot. Do you know what I mean? So a little tiny bit sticks and then I can peel it out and the rest of it sticks. I hope that makes sense. Let's flip this map. Sorry about this. You know, best laid plants. Hey, best laid plants. And honestly, it definitely is a Kiki K family calendar from 2020. So in March, we had to put the reminder from when we had to do the next worm chocolates. Remembering in March 2020, I still had a 5-year-old. So that's important when you're doing prep. Worm your 5-year-old. She loves them chocolates, by the way. And then we didn't do anything until October, and the next thing we turned around and it was October because life just flew by in 2020 for the Redshaws, doing videos at home here. It was here in the studio, the calendar. Okay, so I'm just going to roll back my tape that's overhanging because I've used too wide of a tape. Cool. Back there. Now I've burnished all these pieces already. Back.
I meant along the tape, Leslie says.
Oh, the bits, because it's overhanging. Because it was overhanging over the edge. And I'm that obsessive friend, Desley. I'm that obsessive person. Rightio. Yeah. Have you all met my smart mouth husband, Quentin? Okay. So I've got a bit of tape there.
Oh. I'll tell our adult children to stop texting.
Can you please tell our children to stop texting?
To not,
engage.
Yes.
I don't want them to stop texting, including us in the text messages. But they need to stop texting while I'm teaching. They can have a why don't they ring each other? They don't ring each other, by the way. These older children of ours. So I've got this all sitting up where it needs to go. I'm just going to sneak my hand under here and turn back one little piece.
I'm on it.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
That'll be mine going through now.
It'll just be No, that's you.
Yeah.
That's your sound.
And they'll reply, sorry each.
Tell them to ring each other.
I'll text them directly.
Yeah, ring each other.
I better get a phone charger because guess his phone's on 5%.
Right. So I've got this and I've turned a little bit out. So I've turned a tiny bit out. So let's pull this out. Now I find that I can't turn a piece out to start with because I'm sticking it in under there. It gets all jammed up and stuck, and what would you do without him? Oh, look, honestly, sometimes Tuesdays are a bit of a bust up without my sidekick, aren't they?
I don't make it to many Tuesday classes because we quite often have people in the store.
Yeah, and honestly, like we've been a part of each other's lives for longer than we were not a part of each other's lives. So it's really, truly, I just have no idea what life was like without him. But we even went to the same kindy. There's newspaper articles for the opening of the new pool in town, and we were both there. So many times our lives collided. I grew up at
Marlene B says the best hint you have shown me is how to turn back the tape so it's easy to stick down, and then I could never get the frame straight.
Yep. It's the best thing. And when I forget to do it, it all turns to pot, doesn't it, Marlene? It all goes bad when I forget to do the turn backs.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm making sure I get the side I like to be the front. Yeah. Don't forget I'm that obsessive friend. I am my own worst critic as well.
Looks like I'm trying to buy a new strobe light tomorrow, Pips.
I was looking at buying it because we don't have a spare. I was looking at buying a spare one on the weekend. I thought I need to get another spare one on the weekend. Medium ring light. They're not cheap, dear, but they seem to be the best option for us at the moment. Okay.
You're glad I didn't stick that one to your phone.
Glad I'm not as important to you as your daughter is.
Oh, hush.
Name is
your phone. I might have to swap phones with you and get that fancy new.
I'm not having that phone back. So this is one of our 6x12 pieces, and we've turned back our tape, and this one's folded up. I'm just lining it up across so it's nice and even on the ends, and I've just got my little tiny bit exposed. I really don't know if you can see that. And then let's turn this back. And let's pull this out without ripping it like I did last time. Amelia Ann's taken a homework out of a bag today at school this afternoon because she was going to carry it out to the drop-off, to pick-up point. Right. And she's left it there. And her friend has picked up Amelia's and not hers. So I've got, we've gone, well, how are you meant to do your homework? Because we're the family that requested that we start homework on Friday and finish it on Friday. Well, teachers moved heaven and earth to make this happen for us.
And then Amelia leaves the homework.
Yeah. But then I get a text message from Jay saying, oh, we have your homework folder. It even has Amelia's name on the outside. Well, So we've got this one that flips up, and we've got this one that flips down. And we're going to ignore these joints. We're going to cover these bits and we're going to ignore these joints.
Was that a triple foldy thing then?
No, it's only a fold down and fold up. And this is a fold up and fold up further.
Yeah, it's double fold.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's a lot of photo.
So far. So far.
Glad we're doing this over 2 nights.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to be able to decorate it. We're at an hour.
Yeah.
Rightio. So let's go in here. So what we might do is might grab some photos just to give ourselves a bit of a... Oh, they're not what we're going to use. So if we will put 2 photos in here, we could do something in here where we had 2 photos, and then underneath, see, a lot of this is created on the fly when I do these. So underneath this 2 photo flip up thing, we could have something that has like an accordion that comes out with lots of photos on it. Like that. What do we think of that? But then these 2 photos are on something that flips upwards. Flippity flips. So let's have a look at what space we've got. Let's do... Let's do a piece that's like 9 by 7 that flips up. And then underneath it, let's have something that's nice and long and got lots of depthiness to it. And it fits like a big whoop ton of photos.
Debbie said, sounds good.
Rightio. So what are we talking here? We're talking like a 9 by 7. So if it's 9 inches wide, we need it to be 8 inches high because we need to have some sort of gusset to stick in behind the page. So a lot of people, when they do interactive stuff, so they'll make this and then they'll stick it on the top. I have done that in the past, but I find it has too much. So remember, when it goes in your album, it sits like this, has too much pull down. Does that make sense? So it's got too much down pull when you stick it on top, whereas when it's in behind, it's not going to come off. Like, for one, it's not going to just fall off, but it's got a bit more down pull than down pull, forward down. So it's got more downwards pull than forward down pull. Now, have we seen our issue here? So when we're in our album, we need to fix that. Sometimes I don't worry about those things and I just shut the book on it. Probably need to fix it, because when it's stored, it's in the album like this. And it's stored in the album like that. You stand your album up closed. You don't close it like this while it's standing up. So I close the album like this, and then I stand the album up, because I have a lot of those sort of things in my albums. But
would you put a clip or some sort of it?
we might put I don't use a lot of magnets in my albums, but we might use a magnet.
All right, Leslie.
So
Take care, love.
Let's cut our 9-inch by 8-inch piece, and then we'll make our little accordion thing as well at the same time. So let's get our lopper chopper out, or our trimmer. Lopper chopper is not essential, but oh my gosh, it's a life changer, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to let's cut our 8-inch piece first, so we get the maximum scraps. So we'll cut 8 inches by 9 inches. Let's keep these two with us, because we're going to challenge ourselves to use those two while we're here. Keep them with us. So we've got an 8-inch by 9-inch piece. And then this one, let's just cut it in half, make sure it's 12. Cut it in half at 6 inches, and let's just make a massive big accordion doodah book.
So it's going to be 6 by 12.
6 by 12, 2 of. But let's be sticking these guys together first. So what we're going to do is we're going to come along with our 1-inch ruler, or with our pencil and our ruler, and we are going to measure 1 inch in, and we're going to rule a line, a very thin line. That's why I use like a pacer pencil, because it gives me a nice thin line. So then I'm going to stick my adhesive just barely short of that, and I've gone way over the edge, too far to fold. So let's just be snipping that. And snipping that. So when you fold and you come short of the fold, like when you score a line 1 inch in and you come short of it with your tape, the tape doesn't fit. But when you're ruling a line and coming short of it, your tape does fit. So now what we're going to do is, with this other piece, is we're going to stick it so we just cover that line. We're going to line up the edges, and we're going to just cover that line like that. I forgot to burnish it before I stuck it down, but that's okay, because burnishing it afterwards is probably just as good. So now we've got a 6-inch by 23-inch piece. Okay, and then let's look at these two. So we've got a 4 by 12, and we've got a 3 by 8. Don't know about that one, but a 4 by 12. Okay, let's make that work. Where's my score pal? Or my scoreboard? It's a scoreboard. It's not Score Pal brand. My score pal's at work. Rightio. So this is a 4-inch by 12-inch piece. So let's score this at 1 inch and 7 inches. Let's do that. And then we're going to find a place to put this.
Yeah, you got a 4 by 12.
Yep, and I've scored it at 1 inch and 7 inches. And we're going to find it a home. We're not going to waste it. And then this piece is 9 inches this way and 8 inches this way. So we're going to have it so it goes 8 inches across. Because remember, we needed a piece that was 7 high by 9 wide. So we're going to go the 8, so it's 8 inches across here. We're going to score it 1 inch in from the edge. So once we fold that away, we've got a 9 by 7. Hope I'm explaining that well. Let's just get this 3 by 8. Let's score this 1 inch from this end and just use it as it is. Okay, so this is our 6 inch by 23 inch whopper piece, right? Let's put all these little guys up here. So it's 6 by 23. So let's get it at this end and let's score an inch in first. Let's go an inch. And then we're going to come across to the 5 inch mark. And then we're going to come across to the 9 inch mark. So then our join's going to be in a photo. So this is a 4 by 6 and this is a 4 by 6. So then we're just going to come here. Let's fold it at that last one we just did nicely. And then we're going to come and we're going to hold this up. Because if we fold this up like this, we actually lose ground. Whereas if we have it jammed right in there, hold that there, and then just use our thumb to hold that there. Let's score it at 4 inches, 8 inches, and then 12 inches. So we're making a whole heap of 4 inch by 6 inch pages. And I know you really can't see it because I've scored on white. But yes, 4 inches by 6 inches. I said 8 inches, didn't I?
Yeah.
4 by 6. Rightio. So let's get some folding happening on this. So let's just hand fold each one. I do like that Alpine White is not susceptible to cracking. But if you're worried about cracking, just hand fold first before you get your bone folder out, right? If you're worried about your cardstock, score it and then hand fold it. Rightio. So this is what we've got. So we're going to stick it, I'm going to cut a splot and stick it here. And then we're going to fold up. So we're going to slot cut in our page, fold that up, down, up, down, up, down. So this will then become a little, and we'll decorate it, this will become a little pull out for our book. Let me just do that again. So we're going to have it like that, and it's not folded really well yet because I haven't like creased the folds really well. So it's going to be like that. This is going to be our little pull out, and we're going to pull out our little book, and we'll have photos on each end. And what's that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 photos. Howdy doody. That's a lot of photos.
And 4 by 6s.
Well, not quite 4 by 6s.
Glad this is your cousin's wedding.
I don't know. So let's fold it backwards and forwards and make sure we get it nice and straight and even.
It'd be good for one of those photo booth photos. You know, you get all the photos in a row.
Oh, yep. Yep.
I like the Redshaws the other night.
Yeah.
Was it this time night? No, it's tomorrow. Saturday night we went to her thing, wasn't it? Yes.
Yep, Saturday night. We've got lots of photos. I could do graduation on one of these. Holy dooly, do we have some graduation photos. We didn't do any professional photos, but we've got plenty of photos. Oh, look, there's another sign that says QUT. Let's have a photo with that. Oh, look. There's a graduation banner. Let's have a photo with that. Those people got balloons. Let's have a photo with them.
We did have a good time.
Oh, look, I folded it the wrong way.
I did. Should have unfolded.
See? And I'm not precious. I'm precious about a lot of things when I create, but I'm not precious about valleys and mountain folds and how I score them. And see, because it's a 23-inch piece, it's twisted. So it will twist, and that's okay. Because at the end, I can get it here, and I can just de-twist it a bit.
Someone at the last interactive class was concerned that they only had a plastic score, not a bone folder. But the
plastic one will work the same. It'll just wear out. This won't wear out as quick. Plastic will wear out. So there we go. So we've got that guy. So then this was our 3-inch by 8-inch scrap. So let's fold it under like that. We're going to attach that to something. And then this one was our 4-inch by 12-inch piece. So we're going to fold this bit under, I think. And then let's fold this bit back like this. Or do we want to have it that when we open it up, it then opens that way? So it's like... Oh, that's interesting.
I like that.
I like that. Always go for the interesting option. Sometimes. Sometimes I'm boring. And then this one is our 7 by 9. Because when we put this all in the thing, we're going to have 2 pictures. Put him up the right way. You all wonder why I did the title Insta Smile and Insta Star, and that's a smile when you're Instagramming, by the way. Just so you know.
Well,
When you're an angsty
I think you've scared everyone, Lisa.
They've all gone quiet.
They've all gone quiet.
So when we flip this one up, under here, we're going to have this one. And then we'll be able to put, but we'll try and stick it so that we can put another 2 photos here and another 2 photos here. And this is not Amelia Ann. This is Naomi John. So that's Naomi John.
In that other album,
just before she got her glasses, her first pair of glasses.
On our 2002 trip to the photos of Small Naomi.
Small Naomi. Okay. So
let's... born in 2000, so she's only 2 years old.
Yep.
I still have hair.
Some. Rightio. So, interesting thing. We're just going to stop for a moment. So when we were talking earlier about human instinct to open things up sideways. So these things are now outside. So they're already on the outside of the pocket, right? They're outside the page protector. So now we can do things that go sideways because they're on the outside. So the 7 by 9 piece is cut at 9 by 8, Sandra, and you're just going to score 1 inch in from the edge on the 8-inch length. So it's 9 inches by 8 inches, and you're going to score 1 inch in along this 8-inch length. So then when you fold it in, you've got a 7 by 9. So on this outside, you can actually have things that then fold out. Do you know what I mean? So where are we going to put this? So we're going to put it in here. Let's do that. And then when we cover this, so do our sheets that we've got, will they cover this? No. But when we cover this in here, we could then put like a photo crop down on here, and then a photo crop down here, and a photo in here, and a photo in here.
Oh, Lee, we better get a lot of photos.
Oh, they're going to be fake ones, I think. So let's put this one in here. So this is the right-hand page. And we're going to go in here. Like that. So let's put a tape on here. So this was our piece that was 4 inches by 12 inches. So I'm going to tape it so you can see. And I've got stuff that could be causing scroving. I've got a pile of cardstock standing in front of me.
So the 4 by 12 you cut and then you split it at 1 and 7.
1 and 7. Yes, that's the one. And I'm just peeling. It's only a 4-inch length, so I'm just peeling it all back. So then what we're going to do is we're going to fold this and then fold this like this. And then we're going to have this sort of halfway between, and it is going to sit against that join. We don't want it to go beyond the edge of the flippy thing. We just want it just the slightest hair's breadth on the inside. But we're going to ignore all these joins, right, when we cover this. So when we cover it, we're just going to cover it with a little border and ignore those joins, right? I think we're going to be using a lot of like pattern papers, simple pattern papers. So that goes like that. So this page has this one, and it goes up, and then this comes up, and then this comes out, and then this comes out. Or we could have done it like this and this, but I like this. Out, and then out. And it still sits okay, but this sort of sits out of it. That's okay. Once we fill it up, it'll be right. So this is our 7 by 9. We've got it folded up like that, ready to cut our page. Now we need a little bit of gap here, because if you go too close, we get too stressful on our page protector. But we do need to make sure that we've got enough there. So maybe we'll just fold that under and work out where we're going to go. It's got a 1/2 inch clearance on each side. And let's just come down. Let's come down like 1.5 inches. So that'll be 2.5 inches from the top. So let's turn this. I'm running out of room. So let's come down 2.5 inches from the top, very lightly with pencil.
Yeah, if they didn't call these interactive pages, I'd struggle to find a name for them, because they're a booky flippy thing, but they're not mini.
A mini booky cardy thing. Yeah. A booky flippy thing. I don't know what we used to call them. So fussy cutting used to be called silhouetting back in the day. So I'm just going to draw a line, not the whole way across, just a very light line, and you probably won't see it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my ruler with my edges. I love a good ruler with inches on it. I'm going to find my center point, which is here. So how wide are we? We're 9 inches wide. So 4.5. So just slightly out from there. Slightly out.
You sure you're not an engineer?
I love math and art. Left hand, right side of the brain. Lots of conflict going on around this place. I love math. I love numbers. Rightio. So remember, we're putting the ruler on the bit that's up the top exposed, and then we're okay if we slip down under here. Rightio, because we can stick something on that. So we're going to cut very slowly and take our time and run through a few times. I use a glass mat because I never have to change my blade. It's only when a family member has borrowed my craft knife to, you know, do something like making a boat out of paddle pop sticks and hot glue.
How did that get there?
Well, that's the light that Daddy nabbed when we were at Milty's apartment on the weekend.
Well, lucky I did because Mummy's little light's playing up.
Mummy's little lights having connections.
It doesn't like all white colours.
So let's test this before we rub out our lines.
Would you like a milk?
Is that actually a light?
Yes,
It is a light,
actually
and Mummy hasn't gone far.
It's like a 3-foot round light.
It's a massive big studio ring light.
It's got a phone holder bracket in the middle. You meant to point the light at you and have your phone in the middle of it while you do your talkie to the camera.
Mom, what are you making?
An interactive flippy page. So it fits in. Let's take that out and then let's erase. So follow the lines of your cut. If you go across, you're likely to tear. So follow your cut line with your eraser and hold. See how I'm holding the cardstock firmly? So it's not gonna, you know, move and get all ripped up.
Ripped up was?
Yeah, we weren't gonna say that, but you said it.
Yeah, that's a good title.
There's a milk in the kitchen.
What are you doing?
Reading.
Reading.
Not your homework.
So just short of the fold.
Liar.
You'll have to catch up with Mariah's mum to get your homework back.
Let's just roll it back. Let's just burnish that. Let's roll this back in.
Amelia's getting the milk, so Missy's heard the fridge and it's run to the kitchen.
I don't know what she thinks she's going to have. She doesn't like milk. Oh, yeah. She's also drank coffee.
It's like the
And
chicken.
tea.
Every time we open the back screen door, the chicken's coming. They're running to the back screen door.
Okay, so let's pop this through. It's the same principle as our big ones. Fold it up. Make sure you're happy with the gap here and here. Oh, you can't see. Make sure you're happy with your gap here and here.
Done.
And then we're going to
Yes.
peel up onto here. Got all the eraser shavings everywhere. Oh, crud. My tape got stuck to my page. Right. Well, let's turn this over. See? It's getting a bit... Let's put some tape over that, over this join. It's especially this join here because it can get open and gappy.
Yeah, I reckon I'd maybe buy one of these just constructed so that I could decorate it.
Yeah, well, I'm not constructing them to sell them. Oh, maybe I could at some stage, but no. I think someone tried to get me to make an album for them this week.
Yeah. 2 weeks.
2 weeks to make an album. I don't have 2 weeks. We're making kits. Rightio. So this little guy. Rightio. So this little guy. You could feel inclined to just put some tape on here and whack it on. But it's going to be the thing that gets ripped off. Really probably need to make sure that you engineer this in here properly. So, are we going to put it in the middle here or down the bottom here? So it's just inside the boundary. And if it's just inside the boundary and it's centered, like here, you could put it on here, but that's going to cause too much pull down pressure on your page. You could add it to here. But we put it just inside there. We've got room up here for a couple of small photos.
Or a big thing that says handle with care.
Handle with care. Rightio. So let's get our page. We've got this one down. And let's mark where it sits, right? So, yep, being as pedantic as I am, I'm then going to erase those marks on my flippy thing because I can see that. I can see it made a mark on there.
Karis has just joined us.
Hello, Karis. How are you? Hello, Maria. Thank you, Maria. Oh, Pam said hello. Amelia Ann.
Hello.
Hello, she says.
Did you pick them up?
Yes.
Each Easter egg? Are you ready for play 22?
So that is 2.5 up from the bottom. So let's come in like, let's come in like 1/4 inch, maybe. So what's 1/4 inch look like? If we go to there and come up like 1/4, we come down. That's good. That's a good amount. If we're too close, like if we come right down, it's going to make it hard to grab that. You're going to grab that. Okay, let's come up 1/4. So that means that we're going to come up from the bottom 2 3/4 inches. So let's mark our lines. I'm just going to go into it and mark it. I don't like using the end to make a mark. I do both ends. I don't just mark one end and then draw a line across and think I can eyeball it straight. I'm not bad at eyeballing, but I'm not that good either. Rightio. So when we're doing this one, the good side is here, right? Because the dodgy side is going to be here underneath. So we really want this to be our good side. So we're going to turn it this way and put our ruler on here on our good side. I would never put the ruler across there and try and cut like this. Actually, I've done it. It ends badly. Every time it's going to end badly. So this is 6 inches wide. So we need to work out where it's going to go. So we're going to have to find our halfway point on our page. Let's find our halfway point on our little line. And then come out 3 inches and a smidge from it each direction. 3 inches and a smidge. Rightio. Let's come bring that through to the other side of the line. And I'm being very, 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 very softly with my pencil. And sometimes when I get, you can, like, this is a 0.7 width. Sometimes what I do is I change them to a B or a 2B lead. Or you want to say night-night?
I suggest giving you a kiss.
Dad smells bad.
Okay. Do you want Dad to lift you up to say bye to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Dad will have to lift you because you're getting too heavy for me.
Good night. Hello. Goodbye.
Seeing you said I smell bad. Let's go. Tip top.
So let's put our ruler on the bit we're gonna
Last
be good.
time I load all your books in your bookshelf for you.
Considering he rigged up got out the Christmas lights and rigged up Christmas lights underneath their loft bed above the desk. We're gonna get some fairy lights, but Christmas lights will have to do for the moment. You can't have everything in life. But you can have some things. She loves the Christmas lights. Okay. So let's put the lid on that and put that away so I don't hurt myself. I'm a bit renowned for cutting myself. Let's test our little piece of engineering. So we've got this little 1-inch piece here. What am I doing? There we go. Slide that up. Oh, wallopers. Slide it up there. It's going to sit on there like that. Goes nicely. That looks good. Always do a test run. So I'm going to erase my pencil line and I'm going to follow my cut line once again. I'm holding my cardstock so it doesn't slip and rip. Nothing worse than slipping and ripping.
See you tomorrow night, Sandy.
See you tomorrow night, Sandy.
Lee's just joined us.
Hello, Lee. Anyway, let's get rid of the cutting.
She's been doing a footy stick. Footy stuff.
Footy stuff. So, when we put this in here, we're going to stick it here. Let's put our tape on.
Oh, Carol Schultz has joined us. Lots of late joiners here.
Okay. So I'm going to pop this in here. Slide it in. Oh, I'm too far in. So I'm still reading my marketing theory book. Learning interesting stuff, but nothing about marketing my business yet.
I learned the word maverick out of mine.
Yep. Quentin's reading a book about understanding social media. I got for him. Because he doesn't, there's a few things that sort of baffle him, so.
I'm sure the M stands for monotony.
Monotony.
Apparently stands for momentum.
Momentum.
Yeah.
So we've got this here now. Let's test that this looks okay. Yep, and we've got enough lip there to grab that. So we're holding this here. We're just gonna get in under here and try and, you know, pull that bit back. Really? Really?
Things not down the plane, do you?
No. Rightio. I just need a little bit of it to come off. Rightio. Hold a little bit back. No. Keeps on folding back. Yep, I've got it now. Let's turn this over. Rightio. Let's put some tape on that. So it's here. See how you need to tape this bit because it can have that gappiness? You do need to tape it. I'm all for saving, but, you know, adhesives are important, especially when you're engineering something like this. Rightio. Less is not best when you're engineering something. So, got some issues. So when we stand up, that falls down, that falls down. We got bizzos going on everywhere. So, what we need to do, yep, is not that. So we're going to need a magnet. Or two.
Someone week also asked me the other interactive
Can you
page.
show me these, please?
Why don't you use washers and magnets?
Because I'm not confident about rust. I don't know enough about that. So these ones are the tonic ones. Yep, they're $17.95 and you get 20 pieces. So we're going to put this. Go away, bug.
Because you've got a lot of white in front of you. Cameras don't like it. Bugs love it.
Let's get two magnets. Obviously, it's those two. Now, don't let them cling too much. So let's put one there. Let's put one in here. And then yeah, that's good.
Yeah, obviously with your rare earth magnets, don't let them anywhere near your phone or a USB stick.
Don't let them out of this. So you don't take it out of this until you're going to use it. And I'm going to be really harsh here because they are so dangerous for children and dogs and cats and probably budgies. So we're going to put this little guy. Remembering we're putting photos on here.
And found some magnets. Woo-hoo.
So we've got this fold here. And remember we're going to add photos to this. So let's go. Okay, let's go. Flip this up. So we've got this one and this first fold, and let's put this one here. They come with little sticky doodahs. Well, let's put it down the bottom down here. Oh, I should have made it in the middle. Not a majig. Oh, it is in the middle. And now that one's stuck to it. So let's put our ruler here. So it's like the center of the magnet's like ½ an inch up from the bottom. So the adhesive is really sticky, but you can't just go, oh, I'll whack the sticker on there and I'm going to whack this one up there. You actually can't do that. You've got to let the magnet find its place. So let's put a little bit of tape on that so that there's no risk. Let's just use my fingers to finish that down. Right, that's finished. So we're going to close that. And we're going to close this, right? It's got this little guy. We're just going to See how so I'll flip him over and put him over here, and he flips over. So I'll turn him back, and I'll push him over closer, and he doesn't want to go in the right place. There we go. He's flipped over. So that's where he belongs. So let's just put tape on him. Actually, we'll flip him over. Put this little bit of sticky on him. Little sticky dot thing. And he goes to the right spot. Push him down and add our tape. So it's in far enough that we're not going to see it with our mats. We're going to be able to cover that with our paper. And I'm just using my nail and my fingers, and I'm just burnishing that in place. Put that little piece in there. Put that little piece in there. Don't want Missy to eat those. So these ones come, and this is, so the other ones that we were getting, we were buying them direct from the importer or the manufacturer, and we were buying them in bulk and selling them. We did have a lot that were broken because they can get smashed easily when they came to us, but they were loose. Whereas these are in, you've got to actually work hard to get these little guys out, to pop them out. I like the safety of this product. It's a safer product.
They don't get broken.
They don't get broken, but they also don't end up in your cats, dogs, and children. So we've got that. Now remember, we have this issue here. So we have this issue. I don't know if we're going to add much more to this page, because this is a, yeah. See? And then we're going to put this little guy. It's going to find its spot. There we go. He's found his spot. So there's his spot. So he goes there and he matches. So let's put his little sticky dot on his other side. So if you buy a kit for this, you will get the magnets for this class. So let's put that down. There we go. That's where he goes. So now let's have a look.
That's a pretty cool trick.
Yeah. That's why you use good magnets.
If you didn't have the sticky dots for the magnets, could you just use the tape over the back of them?
Yeah. 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 So see how it holds it like that? So it's not going to fall forward. It is going to come forward a bit, but it's not going to fall completely forward. They are pretty strong, but they're not the, you know, they're not going to, but they are going to hold it like we need it to. Right. Because we're going through thick cardstock. And remember, we're going to cover this stuff.
I'm just thinking that.
So how do we go now?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. This is a little bit fally forward. So if we were to put this here, would it stop that? Yeah. It would ease that problem. So this piece was 3 inches by 8 inches. So if we put that there and it comes down, Yeah, let's do that. So let's come in an inch from the edge and then line it up sort of really close there, but like an 1/8 of an inch in. We're not going to cut for this one because it's in a bit of a tenuous position. If we cut into this here, we could get a bit tricked up. Okay. So let's go close to the edge and about an inch in. Actually, let's not go an inch in. Let's go about 2 inches in. 2 inches in and an 1/8 inch. 1/8 of an inch in from the edge of the fold and 2 inches in. So let's do a magnet here on the outside of this. I'm going to just put it in the middle of this, right? Middle-ish, there. Put some tape over that. About 1/2 an inch down. Come on. It's here. There we go. There it is. There it is. So let's put the glue dot thingy on that side. Some tape on that. Rub that in and around. Let's test. Yep. So this comes out and holds as a whole unit. And then this opens here, 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 and here. So I'm feeling as though come on. We've got an awful lot of layers for these magnets to hold through.
Okay, once you put pattern paper on, if they didn't hold, you just stick it on the magnet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah. So you know what we're going to do? So you always have this opportunity. Peel the glue dot off. Where's the magnet? There it is. So you can always bring it one layer closer. I think this is important to know. You can always bring your magnet one layer closer. And you know, if you really wanted to, you can come. I'm going to move this just so you can see. I'm going to move it so you can see what you can do. So you're not limited, right? So then we've got this one here. Let's stick this bit of tape on here. All we've done is got a bit of tape there. So then let's come back here. So we've got it on there. Some tape on here. Fold it. We've got them closer to each other. And it's still crud. Oh, someone's at the front door, Clint. No one ever comes to our front door.
Hang on. Yeah, I'm coming. Who is it?
Okay. What's the matter, Noah? We might have to go.
No, some dude's trying to make an offer for Grandma's car.
Oh, someone wants to buy our car.
Oh, they were looking at it and they're now talking to Dad about it.
Oh, okay.
Temporary scribe in action.
So see how that now attaches there? So we've lessened the number of layers. So there we go. And we do that. Goes there.
Has he been reading you out the comments?
Yeah, as long as they go down. This one's a bit tricky here.
What are you making today?
Interactive page. So we're probably going to leave it here. Sorry, no one comes to the front door at night, and it really worries me when people come to our front door at night. So if you wanted to, you could move this one. Let's do that. I just want you to really see that magnets are cool.
Pam says, I found some magnets today.
Right, so then we're going to sit this one here. Sit down. Oh, goes there. Goes there. Don't try and force it, because remember magnets have poles. They have a right and a wrong side. There we go. Because we've still got to cover these. So let's have a look. So this opens up down here. So this opens up down. And then when we lift it up, we've got a big sheet here. And then we've got this little booky thing here, which opens up. And then we've got this whole accordion book. Right? And then close that, and close that. The magnets are just so it doesn't flop everywhere. They're not going to hold it like, you know, like you've chained it to a tree. And then when we open this one up, the magnet gives this one weight then to stay down, but we've got this one.
What would be like the hardest part of this class?
Dealing with the strobing lights at the start. And then that folds down. And then that folds down like that. You can hear it clink. So there we go. So when you get the kit, you'll actually get 1/4 of a packet of magnets. You'll get all your cardstock. So what have we got left? We've got one. We used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of cardstock. 7 pieces of cardstock, and this is all we've got left. So these 3 strips are all we've got left of 7 pieces of cardstock. So that's not too bad. I think that's pretty good. So we've got a really decent base. And then I've got, you know, we've got our patterns we're going to put on it. So obviously, these patterns are not going to completely fill this. We're going to add other bits. And see, I probably should have only made it that wide, but you know, that, you know, hindsight's a wonderful thing. So we've got all these pieces, and we're going to do like a bit of a patchworky thing, I think. So I've got some, you know, this goes, so I can put a piece of this across the top and have a little border around. And yeah, I've got a lot of fussy cutting to do by tomorrow, but you could use anything to make this. But there will be a kit for this. It won't go up until after we finish the class tomorrow night. I've got these to cut out. So I've got plenty of bits and I've got this vellum. But what I might do is I might cut out a couple of bits of the vellum, but most of the vellum I'm going to leave it and show you how to deal with the vellum and how to attach vellum to a page. Because I get asked a lot about vellum. Vellum's something that we do get a lot of questions over. And hopefully by tomorrow night I will have been able to obtain a better solution for this light. I think our light's died.
How much is the kit?
I don't know yet, Debbie. So far the kit, he's building the kit. We won't know till tomorrow night, Debbie, just in case just depends on how much extra paper I have to put in the kit. But so far the kit's like 5, 10. So far, the kit's going to be between $20 and $30, I think. But it's probably going to be less than, it'll be less than 30
We had
months.
some unsavouries in your mum's car. I mustn't have locked it properly.
They were in the car.
Yes, and that's why I pulled up behind them and they took off through the scrub.
What were they doing in the car?
Well, I opened up the door and got in.
They were going to try and drive it off.
Well, they're in the back seat, apparently.
I hope they haven't done anything awful in the car.
I'm going to have a look now. You went and knocked on Des's door first. I'm going to have to. I mustn't have locked it properly. I'll put it up in the.
Put it up in the carport.
Yeah.
Bugger me. Sorry, everyone. Someone's just got in the car. My mum's car that's parked out the front. But yeah, so that's where we're at. We could do more, like we could add more things that flip out to the side on these. We could keep adding more. You've got to remember, you've really got to stop and pull yourself back and go, I still need to add paper and photos and embellishments to this. You've got to be a little bit wary of how much weight you want on it, but it works pretty well. Like you can see, it goes pretty good. I've showed you how to use magnets. You wouldn't necessarily need magnets. You could actually forego the magnets and use, if you didn't want to use magnets. Sorry, I've got a whole tub of stuff here that's potential ideas for the class. Could use the little Velcro dots. So your Velcro dots would go, you would put Velcro dots, you put a pair here, Velcro dots here and here. Then you put a pair of Velcro dots here and here. Then in here, you would put a pair of Velcro dots here and here. And there you go. So you could use Velcro dots instead if you really wanted to. The thing with Velcro dots is sometimes I find people get a bit rough with the Velcro dots and they rip the paper. Oh, look, you didn't put that Velcro dot on properly. It ripped your paper off. And you're sort of like scratching your head going, why'd I let you look at my album? Sorry about that. But yeah, so that's another option if you wanted to go down that path. What else is there? I think that's about it. I think we're all good, but we'll definitely have a kit after tomorrow night. Quentin's been trying to build it as we go. He's getting pretty good at that, but you'll definitely get a third of the paper pad, a quarter of a pack of these. So you get 5 magnets. You'll have 7 pieces of the white cardstock, and then whatever other pattern paper we need to use. Because what we're going to have to do is cover some of these big portions with paper. But then what we'll do is we'll use all the extra pieces as much as we can. And I might try and include in it, you can't buy this until late May, mind you, a piece of paper number 5 from Cottage Garden, because it kind of coordinates. It's my best coordinating paper at the moment. So, everything all right?
Yeah, no, there's nothing missing, nothing.
What were they going to do? Try and sleep in the car?
I don't know. I saw them get in it, so I pulled up behind it. And then they ran off.
Yeehaw.
So, you didn't want anything on it, did they? Good Samaritan.
That's lovely to see. Good Samaritan. That is a bit dodgy, isn't it, Deborah? Well, I wonder why Deborah's thing is hidden. Who hid that? I didn't hide it. I wonder if Deborah hid it. Someone hid Deborah's thing. But yes, so we will see you tomorrow night. Sorry, it's been a 2-hour class. I'm really sorry about that. I don't know if I am sorry. Yeah, I am sorry if I've taken up too much of your time, but I hope you've learned something and I hope you've got something out of it. And it's, you know, if you don't know what to create and you're in a bit of a funk, you know, creatively and what colours to use and what am I going to do and all this.
How much is a kit? Did you answer that?
Yep, I've answered that. What you could do is make a base, an interactive base. Make a couple of interactive bases if you really want to create but you don't know what to create. Make a couple of interactive bases. Then they're ready to go. And while you're making it, I'm thinking while I'm doing this of all the things I can do when I come to decorate this tomorrow night. So I'm really excited about getting to decorate it tomorrow night because I've got all these ideas running through my head as to what I could do on this double. So there you go. You could really, truly go to town. Like, I'm just thinking, I've just got so many ideas. Sorry, I digress. But yeah, so it's probably something you could do. And, you know, if you're going away for the weekend with the family and you can only take scissors, a trimmer, craft knife, ruler mat, tape, and some white cardstock, you could make a couple of these guys, and then when you come home you can embellish them. You can write notes on this, like write notes what size piece you're going to put on here, and you're going to put 4 photos on here, and you're going to put, you know, photos of grandma, granddad and the 2 kids, and then you're going to put something here, like you're going to put such and such a quote here, and you're going to put that there. Like you could really write yourself some nice little notes in the middle where they're going to be completely covered, and then come to do it later. So it's a low, you know, it's a low tool, low use product, like a low quantity project that you could do, you know, when you go away for the weekend camping and you want to create, but you can't take your whole trailer full of craft crap. So, wow, interesting. Will be good to follow your instructions when doing this. Great instruction, by the way. Thank you, Joanne. I hope my instructions are clear. I hope everyone likes it. Could add some pockets for memorabilia. Yes, Diane, you could definitely add some memorabilia, some pockets for memorabilia. Definitely could. You could put a pocket along here. You could put cards, greeting cards. Maybe make a pocket along the front here and then put greeting cards in here. Definitely could. Yep. You've got endless options. Like the instructions. She went and still had trouble keeping up. No, Sandra, you're not slow. I'm just trying to get it in under 10 hours. I'm sorry. Looking forward to seeing the finished product. Great class. Thank you, Marge. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to try and see you tomorrow night. Yes, thank you so very much. Wonderful class. Thank you, Marie. I've enjoyed it. Thank you, Tanya. I'm glad you found us, Tanya. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Trish. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. And Debbie and everyone could yes. So thank you very much. Take care, stay safe. Hopefully no dodgy hoodlums are trying to break into your car out in your front yard. Okay, that's not good. Did you lock the front screen with a key now? That they're hanging around? We hear the front gates in any case because you can't get in our gates, although we haven't got a zip tie on the pedestrian gate at the front because someone busted it. Thank you, Diane. It's great. I'm off to turn my craft room upside down. Okay, Deborah, you enjoy that? Turning out upside down your craft room. Thank you all. I'm going to go and see if there's any ice cream left. Wait for tomorrow night. Thank you, Tanya. So thank you. Take care. Stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And I've got a little bit of fussy cutting to do. And hopefully I cut the right stuff because I've had one of those weeks, honestly. Thank you, Marlene. We'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you, guys. Bye.